I don't know why he dipped. Maybe I had the heat on high. Let me know if I should bring it down a level. Let me know if I should bring it down a level here. Do only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, please, and thank you, folks. I'd really appreciate that so much. We are just looking for some debates today. It's certainly good to see you all. And AA Ron, appreciate you so much for that money gun. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Do you happen to support Trump as president?
Hi, Dean. Do you miss your glorious alpha male king, Charles James Kirk?
Yes, bro. So true. Do you support Trump as president?
No, I don't. I'm actually a leftist, and I was wondering if you would like to debate me.
What would you like to debate me on?
Your support in capitalism as a liberal.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to debate you on things that would get more people to vote for progressive politicians. Like, that's inevitably my goal with my platform. Inevitably, my goal with my platform is to get more people to vote for more progressive politicians. If you could find a way to debate a particular subject that will get more people to vote for more progressive politicians, I'm on board with that. But I mean, as it relates to my views on like economics, I generally endorse a Nordic model where it's, where the public sector definitely has some control over some mechanisms of industries, as well as like low income and medium income individuals are well supported by their government. And we don't have people like dying to death by starvation in the world's world's richest country ever. But I mean, let me just ask you a quick question before I consider moving on to the next guest, because you are breaking the rules.
All right.
Do you think that people should have voted for Kamala Harris in the last election? Did you vote for Kamala Harris in the last election?
No, I did not vote for Kamala Harris in the last election, and I do not think that we should vote for her.
Wow.
And neither do I think Trump as well, obviously, because I'm a leftist.
Okay, let me make sure that you believe this, because, sorry, this is going to come off as a dig. I'm just being honest. Uneducated compared to because you're immature as a child. How old are you?
I'm 14 years of age.
All right. You'll turn out all right. You have a good rest of your day. I mean, to be fair, that 14-year-old is probably more educated than a vast majority of the people who join the stream. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. I mean, dude, she's going to turn out all right. 14. Wow. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Remember me, Dean?
No, I don't remember you. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. Why was he so like violently turning on the bath? Why was he like moaning in my fucking ear while turning on the bath? Like, bro. Moving on to the next guest, only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that will support Donald J. Trump as president. I'd really appreciate that so much. Let's go to try to get that next guest connected. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, what the fuck are we doing, dude? You always find a way to make it weird, dude. You always find a way to make it fucking weird, dude. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. We're trying to get Derek loaded up in the live stream. I don't think he's going to connect here. This person's name is Mikey Mike. Let's go to get Mikey Mike up here. Music Business, appreciate you so much for the 10 euros over on Super Chat. You are phenomenal. Music Business with the 10 euros says, hey, Dean, it's my best friend Alyssa's birthday today. We love your content, and me and all of my friends watch your content and we'll always enjoy it. Much love, and please say happy birthday if you can. Hey, happy birthday, Alyssa. Shout out to you. You are phenomenal. Same thing to Elizabeth. Thank you for the $10, who says that last guest left because you're making too much sense, Dean. He couldn't refute your conclusion. I know, Elizabeth. Maybe we'll be able to change his mind. Welcome in, Mr. Mikey Mike. How old are you?
I am 18. I was born in 2008, April 24th.
Okay, Mr. Mikey Mike. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Okay. You're a Christian?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a sin to lie?
Yeah, it is a sin to lie.
Okay. Is it a bad thing to intentionally sin? Like a really bad thing?
Not as bad as other stuff, but like.
Well, I mean, to intentionally sin.
To intentionally, like, what do you mean?
To sin with intention. To sin on purpose.
Okay.
It's a really bad thing to sin on purpose, right? Brian, thank you so much.
So are you saying like it's like to lie like, oh, you believe in
thank you so much for the mic again. Bro, I'm just asking, dude, I'm just asking if you could agree that it's like a pretty bad thing to sin on purpose. What are you confused on in the question that I'm asking you?
Because you're making it difficult.
What am I making difficult? I'm just asking you if it's a really bad thing to sin on purpose.
Okay, it's to intentionally lie. It's different like if you're lying about like, oh, like I have cocaine under my bed. It's like different from saying, oh, I
Okay. Well, I got to kick that guy because he said the name of a drug. But basically, I don't really believe that he was 18. So I was going to try to get him to put it on God. But he was just being really confusing for no reason. So we're going to go to get the next guest, Jamal, loaded up in the box, only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Over on Venmo, Diego, thank you for the $5. Who says, love you, D, and I love you, Diego. Thank you for the love. Kenzie, appreciate you for the $5. And Cassandra, thank you so much for the $4. That's a child. Then Jada, thank you so much for the $15 donation on Venmo. Let's get 150 Jada W's. Thank you so much for that love. Thank you. Jada with the 15 bucks says, about the breaking news, that guy's name is Oliver Larkin, and he's running against M Establishment Jared M in Florida. Please get his name out there. Well, I'll definitely keep his name in mind. Then Serena, thank you for the $10. She says, so sorry about the trolls. It's so annoying to watch as a viewer too. Yeah, well, I'm going to try to make it more difficult for trolls to get up here today because I do want to just have some debates. I'm not going to lie. I appreciate you for the 10 bucks. Then same thing to Katie. Appreciate you for the very first donation of the day. Appreciate you, Katie. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Period. Period. You're connected into the live stream. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Okay, I don't know. Maybe they're not here. Folks, let's go to try to get the next guest connected right now. We are really struggling to find some Trump supporters today, everybody. Alani, appreciate you for that galaxy. Very kind of you, my friend. Show some love to Alani. Couple people to thank over on PayPal as well. Huge shout out to Damara for the $50. Damara, that is so much fucking money. I'm so grateful for you. Let's get 500 Damara W's in that comment section while we're looking for that next Trump supporter. Thank you so much, Damara. Huge shout out to Damara down below. That is Damara. Damara with a $50 says, hey, Dean, I want to say thank you again for educating people. Also curious if you've ever listened to DJO. If so, do you have a favorite song? I actually listened to DJO for a long time in high school. I'm not going to lie, I forget like the specific names of his songs. But DJO is also a really cool guy. We follow each other on Instagram and we've spoken before. So not only does he have great music, but he also has pretty great political takes. Welcome in, William. Do you support Trump?
I love, quite frankly.
That's a troll. We're going to ban you guys. That's the 10th troll of the day. Let's go to move on to the next guest. We got Gallo loading up in the box. Huge shout out to Mendine as well. Appreciate you so much for the $10 with no messages attached. Thank you so much for the love, Mendine. I appreciate you.
Hello.
Welcome in one moment. Rafia, Rafiah. Thank you for the $12. Who says, Dean, I struggle with insomnia and your live stream has really helped me. Please keep on doing what you're doing. No way. The live has helped your insomnia? That makes me really happy here. Fucking based. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Rafia. Welcome in, Jello. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
20.
What year are you born in?
These nuts, nigga. Fuck you, nigger.
Alrighty. So he is a Trump supporter, everybody. Not only did he tell us that, but it's also clear based upon his actions and behaviors. Maybe a really good case that I can make to everybody watching, since I know, of course, we're going to have a lot of apolitical viewers. We might even have some viewers that consider themselves on the right or right-leaning. A really good case why you shouldn't be a Trump supporter is because many Trump supporters, like that last guest, are just proud racists who want to, like, scream the N-word and shit to disparage black people. So, I don't know. That's a good reason to not be on the right? You know, if everybody else around you are just like proud rapists. Sorry, not rapists. Whoa. Proud racists and whatnot, you know. Maybe consider hopping over to the side that doesn't scream the N-word and whatnot. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Alrighty. All right, guys, we are going to go back to getting people up with the use of the GOAT gifts. If you're an American adult that supports Trump as president, feel free to send a GOAT gift, and I will send you an invite to join. Please don't abuse that. That is literally the last line of defense we have left in order to get actual Trump supporters on the stream. Please don't abuse GOAT gifts if you're not actually a Trump supporter. That is the only actual line left that we have. So please do respect it. Welcome
Hello?
in, Haim. Do you support Trump?
Oh, yes.
What about
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah. What about you, UFC? Do you
I
support
support
Trump?
Trump.
Okay, what about you, Brody?
Yeah, I support Trump.
One of you three is in the fucking bath.
Dean,
not
I'm
right.
in the shower. Dean.
One of you guys is a fetus in the shower. Okay, which two of y'all are adults that support Trump, and which one of
Me.
y'all is a fetus in the
Hi.
shower?
Brody.
Dean,
Hi,
it's
and
Trump.
hi.
I'm in the shower.
Who
I just got out of the
who is
shower.
the fetus saying that their Trump is in the shower? Who is that?
Dean, I'm in the shower. Dean.
Who-
Dean.
Oh,
Dean, I just got out of the shower.
it's UFC Prod.
C1.
Got him. There we go. We got him. See that
Yo,
that
good
that's
comms on the mute.
Yeah, that was just
Yeah.
we had some complications there. But we identified the fetus claiming to be Trump in the shower, and now it seems like we're left with 2 Trump supporters. Brody, how old are you?
20 years old.
What's your birthday?
2006, January.
Have we spoken before, Brody? You sound very familiar.
No, I don't think so.
Are you lying, Brody?
Nah.
You're not lying, Brody?
Nah.
What about you, Haim? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm 2006 Valentine's Day, so 214.
Okay, give me 1 second, Haim. I want to focus on Brody for a second because I'm not sure
Alright.
he's being honest with us. Brody, 2 sentences or less. Why do you support Trump?
What he's done in South Africa and stocks, probably.
Okay, what has he done in South Africa? South Africa.
I have family in South Africa, and he's helping my family gain refugee status in America.
Okay, how many South Africans have been able to access refugee status in America?
A few thousand.
Few thousand. So let's assume that every single one of those refugee statuses is valid. Well, what else is he doing to the continent of Africa? Well, according to The Lancet, over the course of the next 4 years, 14 million people are going to die across the globe, disproportionately in Africa, because of the Trump administration's attempt to defund USAID. So in other words, when we look at the continent of Africa and the impact on it from the Trump administration, you're saying that they've done a little bit good because they're offering a couple thousand people refugee status in America, but then they've done a lot of bad because millions of people are projected to die in Africa because of them over the course of the next 4 years. So I'd say that the cons outweigh the pros.
Don't Africans want less Western influence in their country?
Well, I don't think that they want to.
You know the
die.
U.S. gets a lot of influence from USAID, right? It uses a lot of its.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I mean, it's undeniable that there are positive attributes of USAID, like the fact that it saves millions of lives. So are you saying that it's a good thing that millions of people are going to die?
Those are what the people are voting for. Many African people have voted against
Well,
USAID.
there wasn't a singular African individual who made the decision to cut funding to USAID. That was the president. That was Trump.
Do you know any African leaders that have argued for USAID? Because I know multiple African leaders who have.
Listen. I'm just asking you a question here. I'm asking you a question. Do you think it's a good thing or do you think it's a bad thing that over the course of the next 4 years, 14 million people are going to die on the global stage, disproportionately located in Africa, because of Trump's cuts to USAID? Do you think that's a good thing or do you think that's a bad thing?
I think that's what the people voted for. So if they voted,
that's
for
not the question that I
that's
asked you. That's not a question that I asked you.
I personally think it's bad, but those are the what people.
Oh, okay.
want.
So your claim is that you think that's bad. Okay. So we're going off of your standard because this is an internal critique of your argument. Okay. So can we agree that the bad outweighs the good?
Sure, yeah, but those are what the people voted for. So
Okay. So if the bad outweighs the good, could you ultimately agree that therefore it's something that we shouldn't do? That should not be the case.
No, we should do it. We should. do it.
Wait. So we should do things in which are ultimately bad.
Yeah, so are you against colonialism? Do you think colonialism is
Well, I just want you to. I just want a clear answer to my question. I'm not going to allow you to dodge on this one, bro. Do you think that we should do things that are ultimately bad?
Do you think colonialism was bad?
That's a dodge.
Depends on what. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you're gonna have to do things that are bad.
I didn't ask you if you have to do things that are bad. I asked you if you think that we should do things that are ultimately bad.
If the people have voted for it, yeah, that's the whole point. If the people, the leaders, and the people are against.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for playing, bro. That guy's been up about 1 billion times before. I appreciate him for admitting to a contradiction because if you're curious in normative ethics, we literally understand a good thing is something that you should do and a bad thing is something that you shouldn't do. You know what I mean? And there at the end, he either contradicted himself or equivocated on the usage of should. But by the way, colonialism is bad. Alani, thank you so much for the galaxy. It's all you though. Go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump.
Oh, me? Oh, my bad. I actually have like a good question for you, I think. I don't know how many people have brought this up, but this goes both ways, but I see it more like just because of what side of the media I'm on. But when there's rallies and political events and stuff like that, what is your take on, I guess, like, I've seen videos, I mean, it goes both ways, but I've seen videos of, like, say, a Democrat or somebody supporting, that side of it, I guess, getting physical when people are trying to debate or if they're, like, covering social media there. And, like, I've seen videos, people punching people and stuff like that over what they believe or what they're trying to promote? Like, what is your take? Both sides of it.
Well, I think it's going to be context dependent. Like, if the person that's being punched is a Nazi, I don't really care. But if the person but if the person that's being punched is not a Nazi, well, then it's going to be context dependent, and we have to evaluate the reasons for doing it against the reasons not to do it. But I would say, like, generally, it's bad to engage in physical violence directed towards an individual because of their political opinions. Like, I'm generally a pacifist. But once again, that's just a general claim. That's not like an always claim. Now, how does this relate for why you support Trump?
I guess
if you agree with me there that you're generally a pacifist, you don't really want people to be punched for their political beliefs.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
How can you possibly support the J6ers trying to kill police officers, not just for their political beliefs, but literally for defending American democracy? And then Donald Trump's takeaway that even the J6ers who tried to kill police officers defending the Capitol and the steps of the Capitol were literal patriots who he then pardoned and let out of jail.
I guess in terms of like what do you mean, like how am I supporting what he says, or like what do you exactly, can you like reiterate that?
It just seemed, based on the nature of your question towards me, Dean, do you think that political violence is okay? That you don't think that political violence is okay, right? Is that? Can I make that inference?
Yeah,
is that a valid inference?
I agree. I don't think political violence is
okay.
Right. Like, I
Perfect.
mean, like,
so then answer the following question:
like,
if you don't think that political violence is okay, how can you support a president that embodies modern day political violence by giving full and complete presidential pardons to people who try to kill cops in the names of their political ideologies? And he himself personally called for the execution of 6 sitting Democrats in Congress because of their political ideologies, most predominantly the fact that they politically disagreed with him.
I guess, what is your proof of him supporting political violence?
Well,
like,
I mean, the two instances that I just named are pretty damning.
I guess, but like, in terms of like, exactly, like,
you guess?
Can you show me, like, or can you tell me something to look up so I can like look at it?
Are you asking me for like evidence of the individual scenarios that I just gave you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's start with the claim that he called for the execution of his political dissenters. Do you agree that any rational American would never support a president who literally wants to execute people that politically disagree with him with no good reason?
Yeah, but I don't think that's true about him at all.
So that was true of him. Rational Americans wouldn't support Trump?
I don't think so, no. I mean,
okay.
that
do you
can go for
yourself
anyway.
Do you consider yourself to be a rational American?
That's kind of a loaded. I mean, I'm to be honest, I'm not educated enough to make that like an agreement.
All that I'm trying to ask you here is, would you be one of the people that would stop supporting Trump if he called for the execution of his political opponents with no good reason?
Yeah.
Okay. Chat.
So what is
watching?
So can I
give you the evidence? I want everybody watching to remember what he just said. This guest just said that if Trump baselessly called for the execution of his political opponents, then he would not support Trump. He did not say that if Trump tried to execute his political opponents, he would stop supporting them. He did not say if Trump actually executed his political opponents, he would stop supporting them. He said that if Trump called for the execution of his political opponents, he would stop supporting them. Focus on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple tweets posted by Donald Trump on Truth Social where he legitimately called for the execution.
Are you able to bring
up
up
of the United States of America, Donald Trump, you need to know. Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social. He responded to a post published by the Washington Examiner titled, "Democratic Veterans in Congress Urge Service Members to Refuse Unspecified Unlawful Orders," by saying that this is really bad and dangerous to our country and that their words cannot be allowed to stand. He then followed that up with a second post that reads, "This is seditious behavior, punishable by death." And then he reposted a comment that reads, quote unquote, "Hang them, George Washington would."
I do not like if he's reposting the comments, right? Like, does that, like, when it comes to social media and stuff like that, does that mean he actually supports that though? Like, do you think? Do you really think if he had the opportunity to kill his political opponents, he would?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of said execute them.
Right. You think he would though? Like in terms of like when you're talking,
we could only infer his mental state. Okay, that's a question of Trump's mental state. Okay, would Trump kill him if he could? That's a question of Trump's mental state, and we could infer what Trump's mental state is by what he tells us about it. Okay, so what did he tell us about his mental state? Well, he told us that he thinks they're traitors. He told us that he thinks they should die, and he told us that he thinks they should be executed. Okay, yeah, I would say that's informative enough to know that if he had the opportunity to, he would. But regardless, can we agree that he did indeed call for their execution?
I don't think he called for their execution. I have a question though. Like, is there a sound bit, like a sound bite or anything of him saying
One moment.
that he supported political violence? Like
One moment. That's shifting the goalposts, because remember, the goalpost was at a position where you said you would stop supporting Trump if he called for the execution of his political opponents. Now you're shifting that goalpost, and now you're trying to say that it has to be an audio and it has to him be explicitly stating the words.
Well,
of
I'm not saying it has to be
violence.
audio. I'm just curious.
Let's just start off with the last subject. Did he endorse / call for the execution of his political opponent? So here's my question to you. You said that he did not call for the execution of his political opponents, but he did say they should be executed.
Okay,
so how can
I
you
guess,
say
like,
that somebody should be executed without calling for their execution? Because I just take calling for something to be the explicit endorsement of said thing.
Well,
and
I guess
saying that they should be
my case
executed
is
is indeed the explicit endorsement of said thing, meaning it would be true that he called for it.
I just don't think that's technically him like really calling for it. You know, like I don't think. I would like let's be honest. Like I don't think, even if it was coming from the other side, I don't think anyone would actually be in that mental state to actually be eliminating political opponents over that. You know what I mean? Like
let's put this in an analogy. Let's put this in an analogy to help it make more sense for you. I think that's what we need. What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan, are you a rapist?
No.
No, Nathan is not a rapist. Nathan, if I went on my Instagram account with 3.7 millions of followers, meaning that I know millions of people are going to see what I post about you, and I said that Nathan is a rapist, and then I said that rapists deserve to die, and then I reposted a comment that says Nathan deserves to die, would I be calling for your death?
I mean, like I can't say technically yes, but I can't say no either, because it's not like it's not through social media. Like are you calling?
Wait. So you're saying that you can't call for people's deaths through social media? Okay. So if I said right now that you fucking need to die, like I wouldn't be calling for your death since I'm saying it on social media. Okay. See, that doesn't make any sense, Nathan.
Well, I mean, if it goes both ways, though. I mean, like.
Wait. I just want to clarify. You don't think that you could call for things?
Like
Wait. Do you think that you could call for things on social media? Just one moment. Do you think that you could call for things on social media?
I mean, in terms of what? Like.
In terms of anything. Just like generally, can you call for things on social media?
Technically.
Okay, so get that shit out of here. Right. Because I just asked you a question in an analogy.
So you're saying
in this scenario, would it be calling for your execution? And then you're like, well, no, because it's on social media. Okay, well, thank you for conceding that you could call for things on social media, you moron. Okay, sorry for calling you moron. Maybe that was a little bit too. Maybe that's a little bit too much. But I want you to answer the question genuinely. Okay, clearly, if I falsely accuse you of being a rapist, and then I say all rapists deserve to die, and then I say that you deserve to die because I repost a comment of somebody else that said that, like that is instrumentally, like that is fundamentally what it means. I butchered that word. What it means to call for somebody's death. Fundamentally, that's what it means to call for somebody's death. To exercise the endorsement of their death is to call for their death. Okay, and by saying that you deserve to die, I'm exercising the endorsement of your death. But like your response is no. Technically, you wouldn't be calling for an execution.
Yeah, but
so I want you to clarify in your semantics. I want you to clarify in your semantics. I'm still speaking.
I guess.
I want you to clarify in your semantics. I want you to tell us what it means to call for somebody's death.
In terms of okay, so like calling for someone's death, right? When you're asking this, like, does that mean you need to act on it? If someone's calling for someone's death, like, does that mean you need to act on it? Like,
Kinsley,
I guess people were calling for like, I guess some people take things out of hand, and they, people prior to Charlie Kirk's death were saying, oh, he needs to.
You're not answering my question.
I mean, I'm speaking.
My question was, what does it mean to call for somebody's death?
I honestly don't have a true answer for you. I mean, like, what? You don't. I mean, like, what? I don't have a true answer for you. Like,
I feel like that's MAGA. I feel like, folks, this is MAGA for you. Okay, so let me explain to you what you're doing right now. It's embarrassing. So I say, would you stop supporting Trump if he called for the death of his political opponents? You're like, yes. So then I give you like screenshots of his Truth Social posts where he's like, fucking execute them. Okay. And then you're like, oh, well, technically that wasn't him calling for their execution. And then I tried to explain to you how it was him calling for the execution. I give you like 2 different accounts of what it means to call for somebody's death, to explicitly exercise the endorsement of their death. And you just kind of ignore that. Okay. But you still deny that's him calling for their execution. Okay. So then I put an analogy. I make it about you. I make it really intuitive. Hey, if I falsely accuse you of being a rapist, say that rapists deserve to die, and then say that you deserve to die on my Instagram account, would I be killing for your death? You're like, no, technically, no, you wouldn't. Okay, so at this point, I'm like, you're clearly being bad faith. You're clearly not engaged in reality. So then I ask you, what do you think it means to call for somebody's death? But then you don't have a fucking answer. And the reason why you don't have a fucking answer, one moment. The reason why you don't have a fucking answer to what you think it means to call for somebody's death is because if you were to give any reasonable understanding of what it means to call for somebody's death, you would implicate Trump for calling for the death of 6 Democrats in Congress. You just have to act as if you are literally so fucking dumb, you don't know what it means to call for somebody's death, and then you baselessly deny that it's something that Trump did.
Well, because I'm trying to give you a true definition. I can speak from what I think, but if you want to go for fact, it's not going to probably line up. Like, I guess, so did he name specifically these 6 Democrats that you said he's calling for their death?
He did name them. One other thing. You said, I could tell you what I think, but, we should rather talk about the objective facts. There are no objective facts to language. Language is a social construct that is literally exchanged and used based upon what we think it means. Okay?
So there's no true definition for calling for someone's death.
There's no true objective definition of what the word calling means, of what the word thee means, of what the word death means. Okay? These words are understood by how they're used in society for the utility that they purport. So I just want you to tell me if you think my understanding of what it means to call for somebody's death is reasonable or unreasonable. To call for somebody's death means
from your standpoint, it's
to
reasonable.
Explicitly endorse the death of a person.
I think, it'd be reasonable, but...
Okay, so that's a reasonable understanding for what it means to call for somebody's death. So therefore, if Trump explicitly endorsed the death of a person, then Trump would be calling for their death. Is it true or false that Trump explicitly endorsed the death of these 6 Democrats by saying that they should be executed?
Wait, so you're saying you're saying he's endorsing the death, so they were killed or not killed?
They were not killed. Answer my question. Is it true or is it false that he explicitly endorsed the death of these Democrats by saying that they should be executed?
I guess in your terms, coming from your standpoint, you would be...
It's true. Yeah. Okay, and you think that my standpoint is reasonable. So therefore, you think it's reasonable to say that he called for their death?
Sure. But so now I have a question for the other side.
So then you're no longer a Trump supporter.
Called for I'm not saying that.
Yes, you are saying that.
I understand your point.
You are saying that. For everybody watching the live stream, do you remember earlier when I told you to take a mental note of his answer to a very important question that I asked him at this point around 15 minutes ago? Okay, that question was, would you stop supporting Trump as president if he called for the execution of his political opponents with no good reason? Your answer was yes. Okay,
well,
you just conceded that Donald Trump called for the execution of his political opponents with no good reason.
So has there ever been a case in the Democratic side of history that a Democrat that you've supported has called for someone else's death?
That's a burden shift. You're trying to completely change the topic of discussion.
I'm just asking you because that's just because I said that. I'm still supporting.
Feel free to ask me that question. Feel free to ask me that question as soon as you could concede to the fact that you're no longer a Trump supporter, or you acknowledge that you are spying. Okay, wow. You're not going to concede to that, even though he called for the execution of his political opponents with no good reason. So what the fuck did you mean earlier in the conversation when you said that you would stop supporting Trump as president if he called for the execution of his political opponents of no good reason? So you didn't mean it?
No, in that case right there, no. Because
so you lied.
Sure.
Okay, so why did you lie?
So we can move on with the conversation.
So you don't think that we would have been able to move on with the conversation if you said no, Dean? I wouldn't stop supporting Trump if he did that?
No, I don't.
Okay, why?
because we're just going to keep going back on the point until you get me to say yes. Like that.
Oh,
that was
okay.
your
So
whole
you
point.
ultimately
Like,
think
as a
you
debater,
ultimately
you're a good debater.
think
You're gonna
you ultimately
get me
think
to
that I'd be able to give you
yeah.
good reason to believe that people should stop supporting a president if they called
Yeah,
for the
so,
execution of their political
in other
opponents. Let me
words,
ask you another
let's put it
question.
this way.
Do you remember when you said that reasonable Americans would stop supporting the president if they called for the execution of their political opponents with no good reason? Do you remember when you said that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, so you admit and concede that you're not a reasonable American then.
Sure.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. So let's
Okay.
move on.
My name is Nathan, and I'm an unreasonable dumbass because I acknowledge that reasonable smart
let's-
people will stop supporting the president when they call for
Well,
the
I'm just
execution
saying,
of their
let's keep
political
going with the
opponents.
conversation.
But I won't do that. I'll never do that. I'm going to continue to support my guy to the end of the earth, and I don't really care if he calls for the execution of his political opponents. See, I'm being a little bit mean, so I'll bring it down a level. I should be a little bit nicer, a little bit more patient. I'm just, feeling cutthroat today. My point is that is a very unreasonable perspective. Seemingly, you acknowledge that is an unreasonable perspective. So why do you still hold to such an unreasonable perspective? I would say the reason why you continue to hold to such a self-acknowledged unreasonable perspective is because of cognitive dissonance. Okay? There is a disconnect, a cognitive disconnect between your emotional faculties and your rational faculties. You've already acknowledged, with use of your rational faculties, that you should stop supporting Trump as president if he did what I just proved he did. But because of your emotional faculties, which are the faculties you use to derive your support for against a politician, because you're kind of a cult member, maybe there's some bias involved there, you still support him, even in contradiction of your rational faculties. So do you acknowledge that you are experiencing cognitive dissonance?
No. Now I just have a question to go back on what we were talking about. I've been trying to get asked this question for you. Now, for everybody who on the blue side of it called for Charlie Kirk's death online, just people on whatever accounts, whatever would you say they're calling for Charlie Kirk's death? And then because obviously it happened, and then they go back and they say, well, we said it, but we didn't mean it. So in other terms of, had Trump called for these people's deaths and it happened, what do you think would happen? I feel like it'd be way blown out of the water.
There's really nothing coherent. Nicole, I appreciate you for the motorcycle. There's really nothing coherent about anything that you just said, and I could explain why. The first question you asked me was, Dean, do you think that Democrats who called for the death of Charlie Kirk called for the death of Charlie Kirk? Well, yeah, it's self-implied in the question that you asked me that they did call for the death of Charlie Kirk. You basically asked me, Dean, do you think that people who wear red shoes are wearing red shoes? Well, yeah. It was self-implied in the question that there are people who wear red shoes.
Right. So you're saying that all these people who support, you're saying, the reasonable American would not support political violence, blah, blah, blah. So they support when Charlie Kirk got killed for having his political opinions.
Well, here's what I say. Here's what I'll say. Each mainstream and major political party in America, it's constituted of around 120 million Americans. Okay, and 120 million people, that's a lot of people. So you're going to be able to find people in each of these subgroups, aka the 120 million Dems, 120 million Republicans,
yes,
that believe in very wild things, do very wild things. So, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me, okay, that there's some people on the left that believe in things that you'd consider to be wild. That's more so an expectation.
Right.
What I'm more concerned with are what are the beliefs, what are the thoughts, what are the actions, and what are the abilities, and what are the attitudes of the people who lead those parties. And the matter of a fact is, there's no Democrat holding public office anywhere in this country, especially on the federal level, okay, that is endorsed or called for the execution of their political opponents in this country.
Okay,
it's just not happened. Okay, but guess what? There is no Democrat. One moment. There's no Democrat comparably idiotic and maniacal and tyrannical idiot. There's no comparison in the Democratic Party to Trump. You couldn't point me towards any Democrat in federal politics that has called for the execution of their political opponents with no good reason. You couldn't point me towards any Democrats in federal politics, okay, that got into politics by being super racist against black people like Trump did by getting into politics through the birther myth. There's no Democrat in federal politics that you'd be able to point me towards who literally tried to overthrow the American democracy by overturning the outcome of a free and fair election like Donald Trump did on January 6th. The point is that Donald Trump is uniquely depraved, uniquely insane, and uniquely dangerous and predatory to the core fundamental values that we use to define what our nation should stand for, such as free speech, such as democracy, in a way in which none of his political opponents are.
Okay. So when it comes to this, he, say he quote unquote called for the killing of these 6 Democrats, but none of them were acted on. But
because
I
we have
agree,
systems
though,
in place.
Yeah.
At least right now, we have systems in place that prohibit and prevent the president from killing people that they disagree with for no good reason. But those systems are sacred. Okay? I care about those systems. I want those systems to exist forever. I think that those systems are integral to the well-being of the American people and the well-being of people at large outside of America. So even if Donald Trump wasn't able to abolish those systems by being successful in executing his political opponents, the mere fact that he put pressure on them at all by calling for the execution of his political opponents, in my mind, warrants the immediate expulsion from the executive branch of our federal government.
Okay. Now, so I switch the topic because we've been on this topic for a while. I want to see if you can give me more points. Do you think it's okay to have illegal aliens cross our border, illegally commit crimes while taking our hard-earned American tax dollars to get freebies, overrun our hospitals, and stuff like that, and causing like inflation and taxes to go up, depleting our dollars for the seniors?
Al, thank you for the galaxy. Well, I appreciate you for the concession, man. Al, thank you for second galaxy. Yeah, that was bait. I was expecting to be like, no, Dean, I didn't concede. So then we could talk more about it. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure, man. I'll answer your question. Do you mind if I quickly thank a couple people first?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you for the money again. All righty. Let's see here. We have 2 major donations over on PayPal. Thank you both very much, as well as Nix. Thank you for the Galaxy Globe. Huge shout out to both Link and George for the $60 donations on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love and support, Link and George. I want to see 600 Link W's. I want to see 600 George W's. I really appreciate y'all so very much for the love. That is a fuck ton of money. That is so kind of you both. Genuinely, thank you so very much. I don't deserve that. Link with a $60 says, yo, Dean, if you look into the quote-unquote law of explosion, you'll find that it's incredibly bad faith argument. It's that if a contradiction is proven true, every claim / argument after will be true by proxy. It's so bad faith. I don't know if I really understand that argument, because I don't think contradictions can be proven to be true. I think that in of itself is a contradiction, but I mean, I'll take a look into it, Link. I appreciate you for the $64. George with a $61 says, I'd love to talk to you over TikTok messages about how I could be more of an accepting person and loving person against those of those against my views. Well, what are your views, George? If your views are what I assume them to be, maybe you could just join my live stream. Eve, thank you for the $14, who says, hello, Dean. Thank you for trying to make more people have common sense. Well, hello, Eve. Thank you for appreciating that effort. I appreciate you for the $14. Let's get 100 Eve W's in that chat. Same thing to Victoria. Thank you for the $20, who says you're giving me entertainment. Well, I'm driving my big rig, so thank you. Have fun on the road today, Victoria. Hope that the weather's clear and you're going to have a safe trip to wherever you're going. Thank you for the $20. Kaylee, thank you for the $20, who says, hey, Dean, I was wondering, how did you get into debating? By just debating. By researching epistemology, ethics, metaethics, and metaphysics, and then talking to people about those things and related concepts, including political ones. That's what I did. I just started debating. If you want to get into debating, just start debating. You can find a bunch of different forms to do it. I appreciate you for the question, and thank you for the $20. The same thing to you, Rachel. Thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. I appreciate you for that love. Thank you, Rachel. Let's get 100 Rachel W's. And Jenna, thank you so much for the $50. And Vera, thank you so much for the $50. I want to see 500 Jenna and 500 Vera W's. That is VERA and GENNA. Thank you both so very much. You guys have been so kind to me. Thank you so much, Jenna and Vera. Jenna with a 50 says, you are very valued and very needed. Keep it up. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And then Vera with a 50 says, I used to think if I dealt with a lot of idiots working in a restaurant, but after watching these streams, I realized that I don't deal with half as much as others do. You are so great as a political commentator. Well, I try my best. Thank you so much, Vera. And you know what? I may have to agree with you that these live streams really contort your vision of the intelligence of humans. Before I started running these debate streams, I thought that people were a lot smarter than they actually are, man. Thank you so much for the $50. Same thing to you, Shannon. I appreciate you for the $2. There's still quite a few people I have to thank on Venmo and Super Chat, but I just wanted to be able to catch up on PayPal. I'm very grateful for you guys. Let's go and hop back into the debate. So, Mr. Nathan, the question that you asked me was if I'm okay with undocumented immigrants illegally entering into this country, causing inflation and increasing taxes, correct?
Yes, that is the question I asked.
Do you acknowledge that that question hinges on two presumptions? First, that it's true that they cause inflation, and second, that it's true that they increase taxes?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give an argument that undocumented immigrants increase taxes?
So I have a question, actually. Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games, or games, unlimited games, but no more games?
Is this an argument for the claim that you made, which was that undocumented immigrants increase taxes?
So, would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games, or games, unlimited games, but no more games?
You saying games?
Yes. So would you rather have unlimited bacon?
Yeah.
I don't know what so hard to understand.
Are you like trolling?
Would you rather have unlimited
I think he's
bacon?
trolling. I think that
no, this is not a troll. It's just a genuine. I don't know how you don't understand.
The fuck it, dude. Would I rather have
Joe Bartolozzi? I literally debated Joe Bartolozzi on this, and he gave me this. So, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or games, unlimited games but no more games?
Games, unlimited gains, but no more gains. So that's just a contradictory.
No. Games.
So you're basically asking me if I would rather have unlimited bacon with no more gains or a contradictory mess.
So would you rather, unlimited bacon but no more games, or games, unlimited games but no more games?
All right, bro, you're trolling. Just drop.
And then like
just drop, bro. Just drop,
in Kamala or Trump,
bro. Just see yourself out, bro. Stage left, bro. Just stage left, bro. Just see yourself out.
Who has the smellier parts between the two?
Yeah. Yep.
Kamala or Trump?
Is this what happens when you start to lose a debate?
So listen, is it of the two?
This is what happens when you start to lose a debate. Yeah.
You have Kamala and you have
this is what happens when you start to lose a debate, dude. This is actually pathetic. I mean, I'm happy to end the debate on a laugh, like laughing at some idiot that's so pathetic he has to start asking me about farts when he can't give an argument for the claim that undocumented immigrants increase taxes.
Well, you still didn't answer unlimited games.
Yeah, have a good one, bro.
But no.
Have a good one, bro. Appreciate you for playing. Thank you for playing, bro. Thank you for playing. Let's go to get the next guest up here. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. We broke his brain, quite frankly. Alani, thank you for the galaxy. Quite frankly, we broke his brain. Alrighty. All right, folks. Let's go and get that next guest connected. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. I would appreciate it so very much if you guys could please follow the rules of the live stream. Olivia in the comment section says it's my birthday, Dean. Happy birthday, Olivia. That is very exciting. Happy birthday, Olivia. Alrighty, folks. Let's go ahead and try to get that next guest up here. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for a debate. Ella, appreciate you for that money gun. Very kind of you. Over on Super Chat, appreciate you so much for the $10. Who says, Rodney, who says, if I send a sympathy card to somebody with just my signature, does that mean that I do not agree with what it's saying on it? Isn't that like a repost? True. That is like a repost, Rodney. That's actually a really good analogy. I'm going to steal that one from you. Welcome in, Raven. Do you support Trump?
So I'm 24 years old. I'm a trans Democrat, but I do want to say I do not support immigration. And I think that my views on immigration kind of lead more, I would say so I'm a little uneducated. I'll be really honest. But I do not think that illegal people should come over here. And I do think that they should be deported. And I do like that.
So I usually only debate people who support Trump or on the right. But when there's a conversation that I might like having with somebody who's on the left, I usually leave it up to a democratic vote of the audience to decide if they'd like to see me have that conversation. And I'm just going to go ahead and completely skip the democratic vote because I feel like most people would like to see this conversation. So let's start from the top. First and foremost, you said that you're trans, so I just want to ask, what are your pronouns?
She, her. Thank you.
Sure, of course. And you go by Raven?
Yes. And
Okay.
I do watch your live streams a lot. I completely support you. But my thing has just been immigration. And like, I follow a Facebook page that shows like all of the people that have been arrested and things like that. And I've seen that they are deporting a lot of people that did come into the country illegally. And I do think that I support that. I think it's sad, but I think
Why?
that because I don't think that you should come over here illegally. I think it is crappy that they do it. They don't allow them to come over here a little easier. But I think that you should come over here legally, and it would benefit everyone if you just came over legally instead of illegally.
I think that two things could be true at once. I think that we could say that undocumented immigration is generally a bad thing. Is specifically for the interests of the undocumented immigrant. They have significantly less rights as an undocumented immigrant compared to a citizen. They get paid less as an undocumented immigrant compared to a citizen. They have access to significantly less social safety nets as an undocumented immigrant compared to a citizen. And then from the perspective of the country, like, yeah, sure, we should know who's in our country, so on and so forth. So I think that could be true, which means that we need to incentivize legal entry by expediting the legal means of entry. But I also think it could be true simultaneously that mass deportation is a bad thing because it's bad for them, it's bad for us, and it's bad for our country. Why would we ever say a policy that only hurts everybody involved is a good thing? That makes no goddamn sense.
Because I think at the end of the day, you have to follow the laws, though. And that is your job as a president, to enforce law. And if you have a huge group of people that are not following the law, then you should do something about it. I do agree that they help our country. And I do think it's very sad that what I see. But I do think at the same time, we should make it easier for them to enter, but they also should not be here.
Okay, let me make this simple. I think that our government and every government has an obligation to draft and enforce legislation that makes the nation as a whole better off. And when a rule or a law on the books makes the country as a whole worse off, like mass deportation, our nation either has an obligation to abolish it completely or revise it. Okay? So because it is true that mass deportation makes our country as a whole worse off, hurts everyone, okay, I think that our government has an obligation to rewrite it into being where we really only deport undocumented immigrants with bad crimes on their records. And then for everybody else, we offer them a pathway to residency or citizenship. And then those that don't entertain that pathway of residency or citizenship also get deported. Okay?
See, I can't agree with that.
Okay, so let's just evaluate the pros and the cons. Okay, what are the positive outcomes of mass deportation on anyone?
I think that we'll recover and we'll figure it out after the mass deportations. Like, we will recover.
No benefits at all? Could you just specify the benefit? Are there any benefits for anyone for mass deportation?
I think the benefits are that they will be more likely to try to go through the processes.
So the only benefit is maybe at some point in the future they could be a legal immigrant. Okay. Well, how about we therefore concede that mass amnesty is the better way to go, because the benefit goes from maybe likely or unlikely in the future they'll become a legal immigrant into saying, well, they'll definitely be a legal immigrant now because we're instead just offering a pathway to residency as it exists.
Okay, but I don't think anyone should be here illegally. Like, I don't think you should do any illegal acts.
Then give them a pathway to residency or citizenship. They're not going to be here illegally.
I'm sorry. I feel really bad and I'm nervous having this conversation because I am full on Democrat. Like, I really, truly am. I support you. I support everyone in this chat, but I do not agree with illegal immigration. And I get what they're saying in the chat. They're saying no one is illegal on stolen land. And if we go...
Just focus on me, Raven. Don't focus on the chat. Just focus on me. By what standard are you evaluating that mass deportation is a good thing if by your own admission, the cons outweigh the pros?
I think it's a good thing because they are illegal and we're upholding the law by getting them out.
Okay. And so your standard is upholding the law. You think it's always a good thing to uphold the law?
Yes.
Okay. So then it would have been a good thing to throw Rosa Parks in jail.
So that's fair. And I can see what you're saying, but I don't think it comes down to, like, I'm obviously not a racist or anything like that. It's just, I think that they should come here legally.
Just answer the question. Do you think that it would have been a good thing to throw Rosa Parks in jail?
Absolutely not.
Then you don't think it's always a good thing to uphold the law Therefore, you can't say in virtue of the fact that mass deportation is upholding the law as it exists. It is
But Rosa
therefore a
Parks
good
would have
thing.
been put in jail because of who she is. She wouldn't have been put in jail because she did anything illegal.
Yeah, she would have been put in jail for doing the illegal thing of sitting at the front of the bus because of who she was. They made laws that would discriminate against her and other black and brown individuals that then made it really easy to arrest them and throw them in jail. The point is you just conceded that it's not always a good thing to uphold the law. This means
That's true.
that you can't say in virtue of the fact that mass deportation upholds the law, it's therefore a good thing. That delineation that it's a good thing must be made in virtue of other facts as well. So what other facts are you using to delineate the conclusion that mass deportation is a good thing?
I literally just think that they should come here legally. Like, I want them to come here legally so they can get, because I also think if you condone them being here illegally, then I don't know if I can say this word on live, so I'm not going to say it, but you're condoning them being worked like dogs for a low wage. They're not getting anything that we're getting. They're not getting the real benefits of being in America, and I don't condone that either. I don't think that they should come here and be worked like dogs for $6 an hour, barely able to survive and barely able to live. I don't know why they would even put themselves in that situation.
Okay. So that's actually not something that I condone because of what we already went over concerning mass amnesty. I think that they should be offered a pathway to residency or citizenship.
I agree with
remember,
that.
the question that's on the table that you can't answer is the fact that because you don't think it's always a good thing to uphold the law, you can't say that mass deportation is a good thing in virtue of the fact that it's upholding the law. You need some additional explanation of why you think it's a good thing. But that additional explanation can't be reducible down to the fact that the pros outweigh the cons for it, because you can see that the cons outweigh the pros. That explanation can't be in virtue of the fact that you think it's overall beneficial for the country, because you actually agree that mass deportation serves as a material detriment to the nation by reducing our GDP growth by 1.1 trillion, reducing taxable revenue by $100 billion per year, by reducing wages for low-skilled labor groups by 1 to 2% annually, according to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, by destabilizing the economy, by increasing poverty for that reason, by increasing crime for that reason, and of course leading to tangible and material negative outcomes such as the literal torture of undocumented immigrants in CCOT, the execution and murder of undocumented immigrants and citizens alike. ICE has killed more people over the course of the last year and a half in this country than Iran has. Okay, so seemingly you have no explanation for why mass deportation is a good thing beyond either your feelings or a contradictory position that states it's a good thing to uphold the law, but it's actually not a good thing to uphold the law.
So can you explain to me what mass amnesty means?
Yeah, that's when we say, hey, because it really hurts our country to deport all of these undocumented immigrants, but we clearly don't want there to be millions of undocumented immigrants in this country, let's just give the undocumented immigrants a pathway to residency or citizenship so they can stay here. They won't be hurt. We won't be hurt. But we no longer have undocumented immigrants here because now they're residents or now they're citizens.
Okay, so like I said at the beginning, I am fully on your side, and I did not know anything about mass amnesty. Like, I watch your lives, but like, I don't know much, and I'm sorry, and I apologize to anyone in the chat. Please don't troll me. Dean, I completely support you and Parker. I love you guys. I agree with mass amnesty. I do think we should do that. I didn't even know that was a thing. And that's what I was saying. There should be a better way for them to come into the country, and it should be easier for them, but I don't think they should be here illegally because that only hurts them at the end of the day because they're being worked like dogs for low wages, and I don't think that's okay. And I also don't think that being illegal or considered illegal is okay. But if we could do something to where we have a system where they're already here, they don't have to leave, and they can become citizens, I completely support that.
Cool. Well, listen, I'm actually really happy I took this conversation because I was able to change your mind. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you so much for joining up.
Thank you, Dean.
You take care. You take care. You take care.
Bye.
Alrighty, guys. For everybody on YouTube, if you don't have audio, refresh this stream. Our OBS just momentarily cut out for like no reason at all. Just refresh the stream, guys. Let's go and get that next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Here we go, everybody. If you're watching on TikTok, by the way, make sure that you're double tapping away in that phone screen. Right now we have 4.3 million likes. Let's try to get up to 5 million likes. Also hit that share button in the bottom right-hand corner of that phone screen. Hit that yellow repost button, as well as make sure that you're spamming that comment section. It really helps us out. Anastasia, well, thank you for the galaxy. And if you want to ask me a question, if you want to get a message across, if you want a shout out, or if you just want to support our work, you can find a link to my Venmo and a link to my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, as well as it is in the pinned comment over on the YouTube stream, and the handle is at the top of the phone screen on TikTok too. It's literally just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E in my last name, Withers. If you do use that handle compared to the link, quadruple check your spelling. Make sure that every character is exactly where it's supposed to be, or else you'll probably end up sending money to a fake Dean. Thank you for the galaxy, Moses. Welcome in June. Do you support Trump?
I do.
How old are you?
34.
Could you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, hey, it's Allie from the other day. I felt like we didn't really finish our debate. Can you hear me?
Oh no, Allie, I don't know if I have much more to say to you.
I just wanted to clarify a few things so not everyone on my page thinks I'm a horrible person.
Well, listen, I gave you an hour and a half to clarify anything you wanted to. And the point that we left off at was you saying, oh, it's not rape if you know them. It's not rape if you don't fight back or try to run. It's not rape if it's a finger. Like, you seriously triggered like thousands of our viewers. I mean, you undermined the experiences of millions of people. I'm frankly, like, you kind of threw me off too. Like, it's hard to throw me off because of all the crazy shit that I hear on a daily basis. It's really hard to throw me off. But like, frankly, after the conversation that I had with you, like, I was thrown off not just until the end of the stream, but like for the rest of the day.
Well, I was thrown off too, and I really don't want to ruin everyone's day, so could I just keep it quick and, like, you can drop me then? Because I was muted before and I had no chance to, like, unmute myself.
Have you just magically come to the epiphany that you were completely wrong about everything you said concerning what is rape and what is a rape victim?
If I could ask you a question, I think maybe yes.
What's
But
your question?
Like a hypothetical.
What's your question,
It's
Allie?
a scenario A and scenario B type of hypothetical. But it's,
Just what's-
I don't
just
want
what's-
to be graphic and I don't want to trigger anyone. So.
Just what's your question, bro?
Okay, if a man and a woman, boyfriend, whatever, they're engaging in intercourse, and the man is, say, 2 Rick and Mortys away from finishing, and the girl says, stop, stop, stop. He immediately says, he stops. He says, what's wrong, babe? Are you okay? What's going on? That he's not, G-R-A-P-I-N-G, her, right? I said that wrong, but you know what I mean.
So, 2 people are having consensual sex, and then the woman says stop because she no longer wants to engage in the act of sex, and the man stops.
Yes, and they're done, and he's like, "What's wrong?" That's not,
That is the adequate and proper response that a man should give in that scenario.
Right. Okay. And so, if in scenario B, the same thing is sort of happening, and he's like really close, she says stop, and he doesn't, but then he stops, and then after he, finishes, and he says, "I'm sorry, babe. I just couldn't stop. I'm sorry." Like, is that also still okay? Is it still sort of in the purview of what happens?
That's
with
rape.
your boyfriend? Okay, so that's all I was saying on that point. We're probably just gonna have a little difference of opinion, and I don't want to keep going down that route.
Please
So
go to therapy.
We could talk about anything else.
Just please go to therapy. Please go to therapy, okay?
I do.
Do you talk to your
I actually
therapist about this?
Yes, I talked to them.
What does your
I have a
therapist say about
therapist, a
this?
Psychiatrist.
What
I
does
have
your
medication.
therapist and your psychiatrist say about this?
Things I don't agree with. They sound like you. They make it seem like every little thing is a sexual assault. If a guy.
How long have you been speaking to them about this?
Not very long. 'Cause my last
Continue to speak about it with them more. Okay, next question. Do you tell them that you disagree with them?
Yeah, and then they just kind of
Yeah.
disregard how I feel, which sort of makes me feel unheard too. So it's not like any help really.
Okay.
The thing about therapy is I've been given electroshock therapy.
Make it clear to them that you disagree with them, so then they know what to address. Let's go to move on to the next guest. It's not a role Nadine can fill. It's not a role that I could fill, my friend. That's going to be a role for your therapist to fill, not me. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Not doing that, bro. Not doing that again. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate, everybody. We are looking for American adults that support Donald J. Trump as president to bring up into the live stream to have a debate with. So do make sure that you're following the rules of the stream. Let's go to get the next guest, Jack Kierany, connected. On Venmo, Jamie, thank you for the $10, who says, I think it would be good to add some info to your deportation argument about how many people are just being held in facilities and give some detail about how bad the conditions are. Yeah, for sure. Well, Jamie, here's the thing. There are like about 1 billion different aspects of the reasons why deportation is bad. So it's like, if I want to tell somebody why it's bad, unless I literally want to just sit there and preach for like 30 minutes, I kind of got to reduce it down. So there will always be some aspects that I leave out just because there's so many aspects insofar as why deportation is a bad thing. We're looking for that next American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president to come up and join the live stream to give us an argument for why they think Trump is a good president. If that is you, if you think Trump is a good president, go ahead and hop inside of that queue for me. I would love to have you up. That's who we're looking for today, folks. That is who we are looking for today. So go ahead and hop inside of the box for me. Caitlin and Eric, appreciate you guys for the $2 on Venmo. Kaylee and Leslie, thank you guys for the $5, as well as Ben, thank you for the $25 donation. I want to see 250 Ben W's down below while we're looking for the next Trump supporter. Thank you so much, Ben. Let's get 250 Ben W's. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ben with the $25 says, you're so focused on whether somebody got an undeserved benefit they are willing to surrender protections worth infinitely more. I would assume that that's a response to the last person's claim. I couldn't agree with you more, Ben. Thank you so much for the love and support. Same thing to you, Nicole. Thank you for the $20, who says, I've been a quiet viewer for a little bit now, and your live streams have made me feel more politically educated than ever. Most of your guests have actually made my head hurt, so thank you for doing what you do. Just knowing I'm hitting that anxiety pin with you. Well, thank you, Nicole. Listen, man, the purpose and the point of the stream is to help people become politically informed, and if you're telling me that it's been working, I am made happy.
Buddy.
I appreciate you so much, Nicole. Let's get 200 Nicole
Hey,
W's.
Dean, fuck you, suck my dick.
All right, that's a 14-year-old with very naughty language. Your parents should put you on timeout. Welcome in, Ron. Do you support Trump?
It's not to my name, dude.
Eric the Bath! You are banned. Thank you. Caleb, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Let's get 200 W's for Caleb in the chat, who says, all the people trying to be the next Charlie Kirk, and Austin finally wins because he'll never be able to willingly debate you again. He also became the new Jordan Peterson because he refuses to actually have a position that isn't defined by his own definitions, as they say. Caleb, that is awesome. You are right. Austin is the new Charlie Kirk because he'll never willingly have a debate with me ever again. I think that I grilled Austin last night. For those that aren't in the loop, last night for an hour, I had a debate about abortion with a political commentator on the right by the name of Austin. He's actually one of the two co-hosts on one of Jubilee's new shows called The Split. And I think I fucking destroyed him. So it's I love to see that other people agree. I appreciate you for the $20, Caleb. Thanks for supporting the stream. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Chuck?
Hey, Dean. Yeah, I do.
How old are you, Chuck?
I was born August 25th, 2006. I am 19 years old, born and raised in Utah.
Okay, Chuck, give me one moment here. Thank you so much, Jared, for the $20 as well. You says, I was a healthcare worker during COVID-19. Would you let me on the show to talk about what was happening on the front line? Or would you prefer a private message? Jared, feel free to shoot me a private message, man. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you for the $20, my friend. Same thing to you, Tracy, with the $10, who says, happy Friday, Dean. Happy Friday, Tracy. And then Braden with the $10 as well. He says, just wanted to say thank you for the impact that you make. Oh, thank you, Braden. I appreciate you. Happy early birthday, by the way, my friend. Same thing to you, Rebecca. Thank you for the $14, who says, hey, Dean, absolutely love your lives. I watch them every day. Me and my boyfriend love to watch your lives while we cook lunch. Well, shout out to you and your boyfriend, Rebecca. I really hope that you guys are still here, as well as Miss Olivia. Thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo. This was around an hour ago. That is very, very kind of you, Olivia. I want to see 500 Olivia W's. The GOAT is back. Olivia with a 50 says, always got to support you every time I'm here. You make the world so beautiful. Much love and support for everything that you do. Olivia, you know I love you. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you so very much. As well as Emma, Kaylee, and Saffron. Thank you guys for the $5. Then over on Super Chat, thank you for the $5, Eva. I appreciate you for your kindness. And then same thing to you, Puppy. Thank you for the $5 as well. Chuck, why don't you tell us why you still support this trade wreck as president?
So, I grew up in a household where I believed that murder is like the worst thing that you can ever do. And And in my family, we've always decided that abortion was wrong and it was always murder. And so in this current election, or the election in 2024, that was actually my first election ever to vote in. So I had to make it count, and I wanted to see because I was big on what my family said, and so I voted Trump.
Okay, just to clarify, real quick, you're using the Apple wired headphones, right?
I am, yeah.
And you're holding up the mic about right here on your face, right?
Yeah, is it too close?
Yeah, take it, put it right here. About a foot away.
Is this good? Is this good?
Actually, maybe this is going to be terrible. A little bit closer than that.
This?
Yeah, there you go, Chuck. There you go.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, so you voted for Trump because you think that abortion is murder, and of course you overturned Roe v. Wade, which sent it back down to the state level that led many states to ban it.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
So you voted for Trump because you think that abortion is murder, and of course Trump overturned Roe v. Wade, which sent the issue of abortion to the state level, which of course led to like 30 states banning it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Why do you think abortion's murder?
So I was raised in like a Mormon household, and you know how it is.
I wouldn't trust the Mormons, dude. I mean, Joseph Smith had a 15-year-old wife, and you're telling us that he could distinguish right from wrong?
You know what? Yeah, that's actually how I try to like leave the Mormon church. My parents didn't allow it, and I kind of got disowned because of it.
Yeah, that's Mormons for you. Don't worry, I have family in Salt Lake City. They're not Mormon, and it is substantially harder to get jobs than their Mormon peers, to get raises or promotions than their Mormon peers. Not being a Mormon in Utah, especially with a Mormon family, is a real big issue. So do you want to give us the argument for why you think abortion is murder?
Okay, so yeah, I wanna say that in God's eyes, because now I'm actually a Christian, and I've been a Christian ever since the first election that I've ever been in, and so what it is I believe I've been hearing about like Charlie Kirk and stuff like that. He's saying that abortion was like you were formed like in the womb, and that's just how I believe it was murder.
Okay, so you're saying abortion murder because Christian God is real?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, there are famous Christian theologians who would disagree with you because they held different metaphysical commitments on when the soul enters the body. The reason why I bring this up is just to show you that because it's possible to be Christian and to not think that abortion is wrong, therefore just saying that abortion is wrong because you're a Christian is an insufficient explanation of why you think that abortion is wrong.
I mean, ever since you know who Charlie Kirk got shot, and I've been really like patriotic about like what like who I voted for and what I was doing, because you're aware of like him and his influence that he had when he died.
Do you agree with Charlie Kirk on abortion? Do you think that rape victims, especially children who are rape victims, should be denied access to abortion?
Actually, I don't.
Okay. I don't really see the conversation about the morality of abortion going anywhere. If you feel different or if the audience feels different, feel free to let me know. I think that we kind of at a dead end. I expect you to like say things, but I don't expect you to say anything like salient, relevant towards the conversation of why you think abortion is wrong to further the dialogue. So how about this? Ultimately, in supporting pro-life legislation, you're saying that you want to save as much innocent human life as possible, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so if the Democrats would have saved significantly more innocent human lives, even in consideration of the lives lost by abortion compared to Trump, would you argue in retrospect that you should have voted for Harris?
Yeah, if Democrats were in favor of not allowing abortion, then yeah, I would totally.
That's not the question that I asked you. I asked you if Democrats would have saved more innocent human lives than Trump, even in consideration of the lives ended by abortion. Would you argue in retrospect that you should have supported the Democrats?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, yeah, that claim's actually true. The Lancet did a study on the outcomes of Trump's cuts to U.S. aid, which is a system of global benefit that keeps millions of people alive overseas. They say because of his cuts over the next 4 years, 14 million humans are going to die because of it. So in other words, if Kamala Harris was elected, she would have saved 14 million lives in contrast to Trump, meaning that she would have saved more innocent human lives than Trump.
Oh, wow. I've never thought of it like that. Wow, okay. I kind of regret it now, voting for Trump.
Appreciate you for the conversation, Chuck. Good luck with the family. Let's go to get the next guest up here. Nice. We are speed running the debates today. Let's go to get the next guest up here. We love that. You know, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I do. I love to hear that. Good sport. Good sport. Welcome into Sport Trump, Black MAGA.
Hello, Dean. Yes.
Don't do it to me, bro. Just don't. Just leave, bro.
Dean, I'm here for a debate.
Nah, bro. I know there's acoustics.
Come on, Dean.
I know there's acoustics, man.
Dean,
I just leave, bro.
I'm not in the bath.
You are in the fucking bath.
Dean.
You are. Yeah.
No, I'm Dean.
Yeah. That's so fucking funny, bro. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. Thank you for the laugh. Thank you for the cheerful fucking joy. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that happens to. Yeah. Only opposite of the guest request if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We're just looking for some Trump supporters to debate. Here we go. Appreciate you so much for the galaxy as well as Sage. Appreciate you for the star Matt Polaris. Here we go. All right, let's go to get that next guest connected. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Taxpaying Americans back in the queue for a debate. Dude, remember our debate yesterday, TPA, where you made 50 blunders in less than 15 minutes, and then you ended up saying that you couldn't give a counter argument to my position because I have to believe in God in order to understand why you're not wrong? Let's go to get that next guest connected. Maya, appreciate you for the $2 dono over on PayPal, as well as Olivia. Thank you for the $14 donation as well. Let's get 140 Olivia W's down below in that comment section. That is very, very, very kind of you. Thank you, Olivia. Olivia with a $14 says, Dean, thank you for all that you do. You really help me gain knowledge to help me accept myself and to stand up against my parents who believe in Trump. I support you in everything that you do. Well, I'm so happy that I'm able to better equip you with knowledge to stand up to them. Honestly, I remember not being too politically knowledgeable and having my mom tell me all of these things about Trump and just like not knowing how to respond to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a tough position to be in. I appreciate you for the $14 donation. Please do show some love to Olivia down below. Welcome in, Luke. Do you support Trump?
Hey, Dean, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Do you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president?
Do you miss Charlie Kirk? Genuine question.
Yeah, you know what, bro? You could go find my thoughts on AO3. You know, I guess the fanfics are canon.
Do you miss him?
Now, do you support Trump?
Do you miss him?
Bro, it just went right over your head. Just tell us, do you support Trump?
Do you miss him?
Hey, bro, I literally just gave a sufficient answer to the question, bro. Okay, he left. Let's go. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president, please and thank you. Annie, A-N-N-I-E, thank you for the $30 donation on PayPal. That is a large donation. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you, Annie. Let's get 300 Annie W's down below. Thank you so much for the support for the live stream. Genuinely, Annie. Annie with the $30 says, hey, Dean, I'm a nurse from Canada, and I wanted to thank you for standing up for women's rights. Enjoy watching your lives after my shift, sending peace and good health. Well, thank you, Annie. And by the way, thank you for the work that you do. I have so much appreciation and love for healthcare workers in my heart. Thank you. Welcome in TMM. Do you support Trump?
I do. Matthew Karras is a nigger. Grayson Bull's a nigger. You're a...
Okay, he's banned. I thought that was just going to be a little troll in the bathy bath. Turns out it was a racist. Banned. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Rodney, thank you for the $10 over on Super Chat, who says, I think God waits till viability to give a soul. That way, he's not a mass murderer by miscarriages. That's actually a surprisingly consistent response to the critiques of the Christian worldview born out of miscarriage. I'm gonna have to, dude, Rodney, you've been cooking today with your messages. You are a critical thinker, Rodney. Becca, thank you for the 10 euros, who says, can Momo pretty please join in? Momo's actually, you guys are gonna hate me for this. She's actually no longer allowed in the studio. My kitty cat is no longer allowed in the studio. She gets her hair everywhere and it makes me sneeze. So after the stream 3 days ago, where I was sneezing for 4 hours straight, unfortunately I had to make that executive decision. I hate it, but it has to happen. Chloe, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Chloe, how old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Chloe, what is your birthday?
July 10th, 2007.
I'm not going to ask to see it, but do you have a driver's license?
No. Actually,
Okay. Chloe?
my father does not allow me to drive. He thinks
Unfortunately, Chloe, I know that you're lying. Your bio says Starbucks, volleyball, and friends. Starbucks, volleyball, and friends perfectly describes every girl that I went to school with when I was 14 years old. Let's go to get that next guest connected. All the opposite side of the queue, if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Welcome in, Sarah. Do you support Trump as president?
Oh shit, I didn't actually think I'd get accepted. Fuck.
You're here.
See Kyle.
Okay. Lots of Nazis today. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue, if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. We got Aiden loading up. Thank you so much, Saints, for the $10. Who says, just got out of the new Superman movie. It was so great. Also, trans rights are human rights. Yo, did the new Superman drop? Oh, let's go. No way. I forgot about that. I fucking forgot about that. Yes, today is the release date of the new Spider-Man. Let's fucking go. Oh, my goodness. I know exactly. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna, dude. Like, actually, right now, I might buy some tickets for me and my girlfriend to watch that movie after she gets off work. How old are you, bro?
I am not old enough.
Okay, you were banned. Fuck you. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue, if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president, please and thank you. We got our next guest loading in. Huge shout out to Mosey. Appreciate you for the $14 on PayPal. Thank you, Mosey. That is M-O-S-E-Y. Show some love to Mosey. Mosey says, my name is Mosey. Thank you for everything. I've resorted to barking uncontrollably instead of arguing against adult maggots on morally right and wrong, brother. Okay. You know what, Mosey? I can respect it. I can respect it. Welcome in, MAGA Mind. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do. It's about fucking time.
Wow. How long has it been?
Jeez, puss, come on.
How long has it been?
It must be like a month now.
I know, bro. Yeah, what the fuck? Dude, where have you been, bro?
You weren't accepting me.
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, sorry, bro. I guess I had
And
more
listen,
priorities than getting screamed at by a deranged middle-aged man.
Can we talk like proper gentlemen without your intimate gay fantasies, please?
Dude. Calm down, puss. What intimate gay fantasy did I happen to mention?
See, I don't want to get into that with you. And you called me a middle-aged man, buddy. Do you want a face reveal or what?
No, not really. Not really.
All right, well.
Not really.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep my screams in my lungs.
All right, well, I sent you a message on Instagram.
I don't want to look at your message. I don't want to look at that message.
Yeah, it's not explicit. I know you want it to be explicit, but it's not explicit.
Dude, how could I trust that? How could I possibly trust that statement that it's not explicit when less than 3 fucking pico micro nanoseconds into the conversation, you're already talking about gay fantasies?
Because you bring it up every time.
You bring it up every time, puss.
No, I don't, puss.
Yes, you do.
And hey, this time when you talk to me...
No, you listen to me. Last time we spoke, who mentioned the other individual getting blown out by back shots?
Again, I never used that word.
Bro?
I never used that word.
Yes, you did, bro. Yes, you did, bro. On God, bro.
No, and this time when you talk to me, try not to fucking stutter.
Oh, well, hey, man,
right?
that's actually rude. I actually do have a stutter. I'm not even trolling.
I didn't mean to get under the skin. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, you actually took it too far there. I actually do have a stutter.
But what is this AO3 shit that you were talking about, and why does the public want us to be a couple?
Okay. All right. I think it's time to move on.
Are you gonna do this again, aren't you?
I think it's
Listen,
time
just
to
because
hit the
your
button.
liberal agenda.
I think it's time to hit the button.
See, this is you running away.
Do you want to give me a countdown here?
Do you want me to be able to talk to you like a proper?
Do you want to walk me through it? Okay. Okay, I took it too far that time. We're gonna go ahead and get that next guest connected. Only opposite of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Only opposite of the queue of you. Someone in the chat said heated debatery, bro. Okay. Let's go and get that next guest connected. Here we go. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Please and thank you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I support Maher.
Okay, you're banned. Only opposite of the queue if you're an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. Here we go. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, everybody. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, guys. We are looking for some debates today. Jokes aside, we are a serious political debater. Jokes aside, we are a serious political debater. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hey, so not really, but
I hope you have a good rest of your day, bro. Sorry, we're gonna have to lock in here. Chat, we're gonna lock in for a moment. We're actually gonna, really work on trying to find a debate since that's the reason we're fucking here. Let's go to get the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Here we go, folks. We got Daniel loading into the box. Everybody. All right, guys, we're going to resort to the ultimatum. Folks, if you are an American adult that supports Trump as president, here's how you can get on the live. There is a one-coin TikTok gift. It is called the GOAT gift. You'll be able to find it really fast on the GIF page on the TikTok app. Find that GOAT GIF, send a couple of them, and I will be inviting the people to join the live that send the GOAT gift. Please only do that if you are an American adult that supports Trump, just because the queue is filled with trolls. McTwinkery, we know you're not a Trump supporter. McTwinkery. Scarlet, your account is private, so I literally cannot invite you. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue, or send the GOAT gift if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please follow the rules. I want to be able to debate MAGA. I really want to be able to debate MAGA. Welcome in Bear Claw Harley. Do you support Trump?
I supported Trump in his first term.
Okay, but you don't support him anymore? Croc, thank you for the future save.
I am on the edge for the second term.
Okay, I mean, you sound young, but because you said you supported him in his first term, I would assume
May 30, 2003. I'm 23. I sound very young. I'm a woman. I know everybody's like, oh my God. Yeah.
I believe you. Ben, how old are you? Chances are Ben is a child. Okay. All right. So you said that you're on the edge of your seat. So if the election was held tomorrow, would you vote for Trump or Harris?
Neither.
Neither. Very interesting.
Neither. I would vote libertarian.
You'd vote libertarian. Are there any values that you share with Trump that we can maybe debate, or should I just move on to the next guest? Okay, it looks like she's actually leaving the live. Only send the GOAT gift if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. I'd appreciate y'all for following the rules. Please just leave the GOAT gifts to the people that are MAGA. Please please just leave the GOAT gifts to the people that are MAGA. Emily, do you support Trump?
Yeah,
Emily, how old are you?
13. But I love you, Bo.
The point of me inviting people up who send the GOAT gift is to hopefully account for minors, because you guys usually don't have a bank account with an attached debit card to spend money on. Jesus, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Here and there.
Oh, here and there. Okay, let me ask you a quick question. If the election was tomorrow between Trump and Harris, who'd you vote for?
Trump.
Okay, all right. And how old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. Dude, I'm looking at people in the comment section talking about how they're like rushing to post the clip of me talking to Mr. Puss Puss. Yeah, just know that one of you guys.
That was genuinely so funny.
One of you guys will be anointed by the Almighty, and you'll probably get like 1 million views or something. I don't know. All right, man. Let me thank a couple people for their donations, and then I'll pass the mic to you so you can tell us why you'd vote for Trump if the election was held tomorrow. Okay?
Got it.
Okay. Huge shout out to Ember Gaming over on Super Chat. Thank you, Ember, for the $50 donation. I'm very grateful for you. That is so much money. Thank you for the huge contribution to the show. Thank you so much. Ember with the $50 says, "Hey, Dean, I just watched your last video. Thank you for standing up for victims of rape. Was personally a victim for my ex. Therapy has been hard, but thank you for giving us a space online because men can also be victims as well. Keep it up." Well, I'm so happy that you feel as if this is a safe space for victims. I actually argue sometimes it isn't because of what the guests say, but as long as you're happy here, I'm happy to have you here. Thank you so much for the $50, Ember. Let's get 500 Ember W's down below in that comment section, and I am so sorry that happened to you. Same thing to you, Justin. Thank you for the $5, who says, "Good energy in the stream today, Dean. Keep on rolling." Appreciate you, Justin. And Mr. Croc, appreciate you for the Future City on TikTok. Couple people to thank over on Venmo and PayPal. Let's start off with PayPal. I would like to give a huge shout out to SJ for the $50. Miss SJ, so good to see you today. You know I love you. Appreciate you for the love and support, SJ. Let's get 500 SJWs, who says nothing but love, my G, as always. As always, SJ, I hope that you're enjoying the stream today. Like I said, you know I have so much love and appreciation for you in my heart. Thank you for the massive donation. Huge shout out to SJ. Same thing to you, Morgan, with the $10, who says, "Splish Splash, Dean's live is in the bath." Bro, shut the hell up, Morgan. Scott, thank you so much for the $30, who says, "Hey, Dean, in regards to Salt Lake City, I'm in my mid-40s and grew up in a non-LDS household in SLC. While I agree that it's significantly harder to get a job or to be promoted as a non-Mormon, it is much easier today than in the 80s. I bet that it's progressed, but it's just still not progressed enough. Like my non-Mormon family really struggles with opportunity in Utah because of it." Thank you, Olivia, for the $14, who says, "Thank you, Dean, for all that you do. You really helped me gain my knowledge to help me accept myself." Hell yes. Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate you. Thank you. As well as over on Venmo, thank you for the $5, Sarah. Thank you so much. Vic, thank you for the $8. Abigail, thank you for the $15, who says, "I study philosophy, politics, and law at university. What materials did you use to become more knowledgeable on normative ethics that aren't traditionally known?" I mean, I am a neo-Aristotelian virtue consequentialist. That's not like a super traditional normative theory. You should research that, Abigail. It's really cool. Once again, that is neo-Aristotelian virtue consequentialist. Maybe that's something that you could look into. Thank you so much, Jess, for the $10 as well. Who says, "Debated my Catholic mother-in-law in theology. All I learned from my debate skills. I learned all my debate skills from your stream. Now I wish that I had the time to start a theology debate stream." You should, by the way, Jess. If you ever even have just 30 minutes free, start a stream and you'll find a debate. Thank you so much, Flo, for the $15. Who says, "Puss Puss is your Joker?" Bro. Nah, Mr. Puss Puss is gone, bro. I appreciate you for the $15. Thank you, Rachel, for the $20. I appreciate you so much. Let's get 200 Rachel W's. Thank you for supporting the stream. Same thing to you, Brandy, for the $20. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. As well as I appreciate your words. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for Brenna for the $15. Who says, "I hope this summons Phil back." Bro, Phil's a troll. We're just trying to keep it on debates today. Max, thank you for the $10. And Brooke with the $15, who says, "Justice for Momo." Dude, unfortunately, my allergies prevent justice for the kitty cat. I appreciate you so much for the love. As well as Jared, thank you for the $20 donation on Venmo. Let me know that you sent me a DM. I'll make sure that I try to take a look after the stream. Thank you so much. And then Derek with the $15 says, "My father's in his 60s and he's MAGA. He won't debate you because he thinks it's quote unquote impossible for him to win the debate. Any advice for talking sense into a fundamentalist Christian on the issue of abortion?" Well, ask him why he thinks it's impossible for him to win the debate. Is it because he's wrong? Jessica, thank you for the $30 on Venmo. Says, "Still sending support to you, Dean. Haven't been able to tune in as often, but I've missed you and I love your commitment to continuing to make change." Well, I really appreciate you, Jessica. I recognize your face. I recognize your name. You've been here for a long time. Just know that I'm very grateful for you. As well as Miss Pay. Thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo 25 minutes ago. This is one of the last donations to thank for now. That is very, very kind of you. Pay with the $50 says, "You should be a therapist." I should not be a therapist because I think that therapists need genuine like qualifications and study in school. I don't have those things. I think that there needs to be a really high bar to being a therapist, but just know that I really appreciate you for the $50, as well as Emma. Thank you for the 10. We are all caught up. Let's go and pass the mic off to the guests so they could tell us why they support Trump. If you want to come back to the TikTok app, the mic and the floor are yours.
All right. Thank you. So, the way I support Trump is probably not as ideal as many other MAGA supporters. I wouldn't consider myself like an extremist like a lot of people. More in the term of I think what Trump ideally wants for America is good, but how he goes about it is just completely wrong. And like to pick between Harris or Trump is like kind of putting two negatives together and expecting a positive to come out of it. Trump was just a better one in general, though some of his policies were obviously severely outdated and frankly wrong. Some of them I did agree with, like some of his economic policies. Then again, I haven't really reviewed a lot of his current ones in a very long time. And when I did support Trump a lot more heavily, that was back when the whole like Trump craze was going on. So
Could I give you my my reading of your vibro?
Sure.
Kind of just seems like you don't actually support Trump, but you still tell yourself that you'd vote for him over Kamala Harris if the election was tomorrow because you've been told that Democrats bad.
Oh no, I would prefer a Democratic over a Republican today.
My first question to you was if you'd vote for Trump over Harris tomorrow, and your answer was yes, but maybe you just misunderstood the question. Maybe I didn't ask it right. I'm not going to ban you or anything, but we are going to move on to the next guest because we're looking for people that answer Trump to that question.
Yo.
I'm happy that you'd prefer a Democrat today. Jace, do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
18. Come on.
Banned. Moving on to the next guest. Only opposite of the queue if you happen to be a Trump supporter. If you want to join the live stream, make sure that you're an American adult that supports Trump and send a GOAT gift. It is 1 penny per gift, and it really helps us account and weed out for children. It really helps us account for children. Really helps us account for children. Isabella with the $5 on PayPal, thank you. Who says, do you think they'll ever run for the presidency? Probably not. I'd say the chances are low.
I just don't like any of them.
No name is a child.
Can you debate my mom?
Have you asked her if she would like to debate me and how she said yes?
Yes.
How
Yes,
old are
she
you?
did. Well, take a break from painting. Please?
I did not say I was
Elena can do it. Elena can do it. Yes, she can. Mom, it's really hard to get on his live again.
It's okay. It's okay.
Mom, I literally spent like an hour getting on here.
Well, then you debate him.
I can't debate him. I'm too young to debate him. I'm too young to debate him. You have to. Plus, you're the more Trump supporter than I am. I can't go against his rules. You
Okay.
have to debate him.
Okay,
a
5
break.
seconds. Five
Mom.
seconds before I kick you.
Mom, you don't then.
You have a good rest of your day, okay?
He's about to kick.
Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only off inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. I generally don't like trying to coerce parents into debating me. I generally don't like that. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Welcome in. Do you happen to support Trump, Jelly Bean?
I'm like kind of on edge about it, but like I had like a question about like abortion because I don't necessarily agree with it. It's
How old
more,
are you?
but at the same time, I feel like it should be available.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. So you said that it should legally be permissible, but you personally disagree with it. I don't have a debate with you. I mean, I disagree with you and your personal convictions surrounding it, but all that I really care about is the fact that you think it should be legal.
Well,
Well,
I have
dive
a
into
quick
that.
question about that. Like, so is there like, okay, so if it, like, I don't agree with it being used as like a form of birth control necessarily. However, like, I feel like it should be illegal in that sense, but is that even like possible at that point to make it like, how would you be able to tell at that point? Because in that sense, I do think it should be illegal.
So when you say use it like birth control, you're just saying like a man and a woman consent to having sex. You know, she knows that she could get pregnant. She does get pregnant. Wasn't through rape. There's no complications that put her life in danger, and she wants an abortion. Are you saying that that should be illegal?
Like, basically just like doing the deed and then not like being careful and like it, like knowing that you don't want a child and then not being like careful enough to like, you know, taking those precautions basically.
And why should they be banned from accessing abortion in those circumstances?
Not even yeah, that is true actually. I was thinking like too more of like people like that, like I know people don't like get like mass abortions if that makes sense, but like like if they just use it for that purpose only, I feel like it just like takes away. Like
Why should that be banned?
just because they could take more precautions in that sense. Like
how about we say that two things are true, okay? They could have taken more precautions, but they should still be able to access an abortion. Two things are true. You shouldn't have smoked that cigarette, but if you do and you get lung cancer, you should still have access to chemotherapy.
you know what? Actually, that's like a good point. Like you actually just like changed my mind. So thank you.
Of course, you have a good rest of your day.
You too.
We're not finding too many Trump supporters, everybody. Maybe that's a good sign that there aren't too many left, but I don't know. We're going to keep on looking for them. I don't know. Hey, listen, if you want to ask a question, if you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, you could actually find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in the bio on my TikTok account. You could also find the handle in the pinned message on that YouTube stream, as well as it's also at the top of the phone screen on TikTok too. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E in my last name, Withers. But if you do use a handle, quadruple check the spelling. Because there are about 1 billion fake Dean Withers accounts out there. And if you get even one letter wrong, you are going to be sending money to a fake Dean. Welcome in Twitch. Do you support Trump? Twitch just left. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Grace in the chat says Trump is better. I sent you an invite. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue. If you happen to be MAGA, everybody, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Not looking. Not finding. Sorry, not finding too many debates. This guy looks like a Trump supporter. His name is Isaac. We'll invite him up here. On Venmo.
Hello, sir.
Ribcast. I saw the video that you tagged me in, man. I don't know if there's anything that I could do, but I'll look into it. Isaac, do you support Trump?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, PU. That's a very terrible belief of yours. Why don't you explain it to us? Why do you support Trump?
When you said if I support Trump, I voted for him in my first 2 elections I have participated in, or my first election, my bad. But I just thought at the time, still do, that he was just a better option in comparison to, Biden.
Okay, I have a great question for you. Why do you think that our country would be worse off today if the Democrats had won the election?
I think our country would be at the same, I feel like it'd just be the same, because I feel like both sides have their cons. Because would we be in the war with Iran right now if Biden or Kamala was president?
Yeah, no, we just wouldn't.
But would I be better off with, how Trump has handled the economy or whatever else he could
how about this? I'm just asking you to give me an analysis on the pros and cons of Trump in comparison to the pros and cons of Kamala Harris to demonstrate that it is true that Kamala Harris would have been worse for the country. If you feel like you can't give that analysis, just let me know, and there's another way I could.
I'll let you know right now. I'm 21. I'm living on my own, trying to be a big boy or whatever. I would like to have a good conversation with you. As a young man, I started my first job.
Can I just clarify that we are both 21?
Yeah. But you know a lot more than I do. Okay. How would, in my situation, I'm making around 50 plus a year, fresh out of high school, or 2 years out of high school, 3 years now. How would it benefit me more if Kamala, or in the future elections, I can't remember who's going to be the front runner for the next Democratic
How would it benefit you more if the Democrats won? I got you. Yeah. It's actually really clear. So first, we're going to talk about
situation.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the way that somebody in your situation is hurt a lot by Trump, okay? So his tax cuts actually took from you. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, they're an institution of research. They say that the average American making at or under $51,000 per year, which is literally you, by the way, is going to have less purchasing power because of the big, beautiful bill than if it was never passed. Not to mention, you're 21, you said that you just got your first quote-unquote big boy job. I mean, I would assume in the next, 10 years, you're going to try to buy a house?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Well, Kamala Harris ran on a $25,000 subsidy for first-time home buyers. What that means is when it comes time for you to try to buy your first house, the government just straight up would have given you $25,000 to help. That is what you make in 6 months. They would have given you 6 months worth of your salary or your pay stubs to help you buy your first house.
How would you gone about getting that? Like, what
would have happened is there would have been a program that you could have applied for. Of course, you say that this is your first house. They check like local state records. They confirm that it's your first house. And then you give them your banking information. And I would assume like paperwork of buying the house and whatnot. And then maybe you work with a company or your real estate agent to then get that money to help you. I mean, because it was a policy plan that was laid out, not implemented and passed through Congress because she lost the election, the specifics wouldn't be too clear. But the point is, you asked me how would have the Democrats have helped you? Well, Kamala Harris ran on giving you $25,000 to buy your first house, and on top of that, she also ran on tax cuts designed for you. Trump isn't like you. Trump isn't like me. Trump isn't like anybody watching this stream. He's a rich billionaire who only cares about other rich billionaires. His tax policy hurt the average American and hurt low-income Americans, so then they had more money to invest into tax breaks for the top 1%. If you care about yourself and other people in your shoes, okay, which would constitute the average American, you should have voted for the politician that actually was on your side and wanted to give you tax cuts and wanted to give you massive breaks like that $25,000 subsidy to buy your first house. And who knows, maybe by the time you're ready to buy your first house, you also happen to have a wife and you're planning on having kids. Well, she also ran on significantly increasing the child tax credit to $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 for the next 4, and $3,000 from the age of 5 to 17. So not only would you have had more money because you had to pay less in taxes because of Kamala Harris, you would have had more money because she would have given you $25,000 to buy your first house. But once you had kids, you would have had more money because now all of a sudden you're getting massive, massive child tax credits. Okay. And that's how Kamala Harris wanted to govern our nation. She wanted to invest in you, the average American, compared to investing in people like Trump and other billionaires that encompass the rich and elite.
Okay. You talk really fast, but I understand exactly what you're saying. But my question is, if all that, and I'm not saying you're a liar, but if all that is true, when I was like, watching YouTube stuff, TikTok stuff, TV stuff, why was none of that, like, I guess you can say even like advertised?
Because the Democrats sucked at messaging. And I could admit that. One of the biggest reasons, probably the second biggest reasons why the Democrats lost the election is because they were just terrible at messaging. It's like they're just stuck in the past.
I'm telling you right now, my family's very Republican. But if I had a chance of getting some free money, work hard every day for it, I would have voted for her,
Yeah, bro. And that's, by the way, totally fair. Okay. And I mean, they talked about these things before the election. Like, the only reason why I know about Kamala Harris's policy and plans that she ran on is because I listened to what she had to say, but they just weren't that good at spreading the word. But listen, man, I appreciate you for coming up. It seems like you're more in a position where you should be listening to the debates compared to being on the live.
Yeah.
But just know that I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. It sounds like, you may be on the left.
Can I ask you another question?
One more question, then I'm going to move on to the next guest, bro.
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to say I appreciate this conversation we had. We had one a while back too, but one person, maybe his soul rest in peace, but Charlie Kirk, I watched him. Was he just like paid off by the Republicans because he seemed like a very wise guy or whatever, and I loved what he was preaching. And that kind of made me lean. Like I'm always on the fence about stuff. I really don't care about politics, but when it comes time, I was watching him. So, and he kind of like got me towards, the right-leaning side. And I'm a big Christian guy. I'm not like, spreading the word of Jesus every day. I'm not going to come on your live and say that. But, his message was always about God and all that stuff. Was that, do you view him like his character? Like, he's a really good guy, at the end of the day. But
I think he was a terrible person.
Well, would you view him as just like a big old propaganda, given fraud?
Yeah. I mean, find me one thing that he disagreed with Trump on before he died.
The only thing I know about is the Israel stuff.
Well, that's what he was starting to privately disagree with Trump on, was Israel stuff, the war in Iran. And that's why people like Candace Owens think that he was taken out, right? it was a hit from
That's
Israel
terrible.
or some shit like that. But no, I mean, one of my biggest public critiques of Charlie Kirk before he died was that he was a fucking shill, not just to the Republican Party, but to Trump. You know, like there was not even one instance of Charlie Kirk divesting away from Trump in anything that he said on any podcast or any debate ever. He just completely 110% ideologically aligned with Trump in everything that he said. But I appreciate you for coming up, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, okay?
Thank you, man. You too.
King Chase, age. King Chase, age. King Chase, you're muted. I'm going to send you an invite to unmute. Kyrie, do you support Trump? Lonnie, thank you for the galaxy. Can anybody speak? King Chase?
Hello?
Or hi, Kyrie, do you support Trump?
No, but I just had a question.
Okay, I'm sorry. We are just looking for some Republicans to debate today. I hope you have a good rest of your day, folks. Let's go ahead and try to leave that queue for Trump supporters, everybody. Let's go ahead and try to leave that queue for Trump supporters. I'm really happy that there seemingly aren't too many left, though. We've been struggling virtually all day long to find some debates. David, appreciate you for the $1 on Venmo. I appreciate you. Who says, you're underutilizing your power of influence by sticking to one topic and only talking to supporters. You should go over several topics. David, I'd actually say that we do go over several topics. I think that we actually talk a lot more about various things than what is typically suggested. We talk about global geopolitical affairs. We talk about Israel and Palestine. We talk about economic policy. We talk about distribution of wealth. We talk about social issues. We talk about the LGBTQ plus community. We talk about abortion. We talk about the way in which the government should govern. We talk about progressive politics versus establishment liberal politics. I'd say that just because we encompass it all generally under like one main theme surrounding the president, this doesn't mean that there aren't branches of the tree. You know what I mean? And I feel like those branches of the tree encompass various different subjects. Same thing to Bree. Thank you for the $10. Who says, is your family still MAGA, or have you been able to reason with them? For the most part, my family's either apolitical or anti-MAGA now, which is pretty good. I will say very, very good. Thank you, Kelly, for the $10. Who says, enjoy Spider-Man. Hell yeah, I will. The Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are literally some of my favorite. I love them so very much, and I'm just so excited to go watch the new one. Let's go to get the next guest, Alex, connected. Thank you, Caitlin, for the $2. Thank you, Nikki, with the $1. Thank you, Garrett, for the $5. And thank you, Sky, for the $11. Who says, out of curiosity, do you have any debate angles on how Trump has contributed to the surveillance state? I love your stream so much and appreciate all that you do. Yeah, he's contributed to the surveillance state by not allowing states to regulate AI. He's contributed to the surveillance state by endorsing and supporting data centers, which process the data from maybe flock cameras. And he supported and endorsed the surveillance states by making federal contracts with Palantir, tweeting out their ticker, making them more money, which they could then reinvest back into their surveillance of Americans. And it's just the general complicity with him being complacent with the surveillance state that is also contributing to it due to the fact that he is the president. Max, do you support Trump? I'm going to take that as a maybe. Jason, thank you for the $10. Who says, I got you. I'm happy I caught that before I read the message out loud. That's funny, bro. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the streams were able to change your mind. And then Elena, thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo. That is ELENA. Thank you so much, Elena. Show some massive love to Elena down below while we're looking for that next guest. That is a huge donation. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you so much for supporting what we do. I'm very, very grateful for you, as well as Anastasia. Thank you so much for the galaxy. Huge shout out. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you once again, Elena. Welcome in, Bella. Do you support Trump?
I don't, but I have
Alrighty, guys. I don't know how much longer we're gonna keep this rolling. We might end the live stream early if we can't get a debate. It's just been a while. Shelly, thank you for the $10 on Super Chat. I absolutely agree with and endorse your message, as well as the real Simpson. Thank you for the $5.
Hello.
I appreciate you. I'm sorry that happened to you as well, Simpson. D Money, do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you? Emily, thank you for the galaxy.
Born in 2007, not January, December 23rd.
Okay, and you said that you're a supporter of Trump?
Alright, so my question is that you support Kiyushiro?
Alright, bro, I'm gonna ban you. Thank you so much, Alani, for the galaxy. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Right now. Only up inside of the queue if you are here for a debate about why you support Trump as president, guys. Super duper simple. Oh my god. Croc burrito? I'm sure if you're on TikTok, you saw it. If you're on YouTube, you heard it. Croc burrito? Thank you so much for the TikTok universe. Oh my god. That is literally one, if not the largest gift on the app. Croc, thank you so much for the love, bro. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is unbelievably kind. Thank you so much. Show some massive fucking love to Croc in that comment section. I want to see non-stop Croc W's for at least the next 10 minutes. You are the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Thank you so much for supporting what we do. I'm so very grateful for you, Croc. Show some motherfucking love to Croc in that chat. What a GOAT. What a GOAT. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Croc. Huge shout out to Croc. Circe, welcome in. UV, thank you for the galaxy. Circe, are you with us?
When are you gonna admit you're wrong about the third shot?
Never, bro. Do you support Trump?
Well, you are wrong about the third shot.
Oh, cool, bro. Do you support Trump?
Do you want me to explain how?
Edie, thank you so much for the galaxy. I would actually first prefer you to answer the question that I just asked you.
Yeah, he's better than Kamala.
Okay. Why can't we not fundamentally agree that violent sexual predators should not be in public office?
Yo. Okay, so I'm gonna explain how you're wrong, alright? So, imminent threat, right? If a guy with a gun shoots a gun towards you, alright? It goes right past your head. And then he points it down. He's no longer an imminent threat. But you have reason to believe he will be an imminent threat and it's justified to kill him. That's why the third shot is justified, because she's still driving. And they have probable cause to believe she will still be an imminent threat. Renee Good.
For everybody that's curious, this guy's talking about Renee Good, the American hero who was murdered by an ICE agent by the name of Jonathan Ross. And the autopsy report indicates that the third and final shot that Agent Jonathan Ross took was the one that killed her. And the issue with that is that for that third and final shot to be taken by Jonathan Ross, he had to literally chase down her car. And what that means is that there was clearly no imminent threat present of maybe her using that car to kill someone.
Which I explained that didn't have to be.
This guest's argument, a moment, sit down. This guest's argument is that, well, it was still justified because he thinks that an imminent threat was present moments before he took that shot. So I appreciate you for your thoughts. Now I want you to answer the question that I asked you before you shared your thoughts.
So you can't refute what I said?
No, I can refute what you said, but in order to maintain a cohesive and productive dialectic, I would just simply ask you to respond to the question that I asked before you said what you said.
Why I support Trump?
Yeah, more specifically, why can't we agree that violent sexual predators should not hold public office?
Are you going to concede?
No.
Well, I will answer that once you concede.
Why? Why would I first need to concede?
Because you haven't refuted what I've said.
Sure, because it wasn't a response to what I asked.
Well, we've debated this before and I've just proved you wrong.
Okay, I disagree with you. But it doesn't matter because it wasn't a response
to what I asked. Okay, then refute what I've said.
The reason why I'm not going to refute what you said is because that would be me allowing you to engage in a pivot. And I don't allow people to engage in pivots. I try to uphold and adhere to basic rule of simple dialectics.
You've actually kicked me. You kicked me because I was trying to give you this analogy a long time ago.
Okay.
And you got mad.
Okay.
So you
are you going to engage in the dialectic or not?
Are you going to concede? You concede.
I just told you that I'm not going to concede. Seriously. I don't know why you're mad at me.
Then
you should be mad at just like the rules of dialogue. The rules of dialogue dictate that if person one asks person number two a question and then person number 2 does not answer that question, but rather talks about something completely unrelated to the question.
Person
or
number
answer to
1
the
and
question,
2.
that person number 2 is engaging in what is called or referred to as a
Person
dodge
number 1 and
or
2 were
a
talking about this
paradigm
last
shift.
time. Person number 1 and 2 were talking about this last time.
That's very
Person 1 and 2
interesting, Cersei.
debated.
I just want to know if you're going to answer the question. If you're not going to answer the question, I'll move on.
I already did. I said he's better.
What was your answer?
I said he's better than Kamala.
Wait, do you remember what the question even was? Because that's not an answer to the question that I asked you. The question that I asked you was, why can you and me not fundamentally agree that violent sexual predators should not hold public office?
Can't repeat what I said earlier.
Yeah, I just simply will.
Okay, let me explain it to the
engage in
chat
pivot.
one more time. I'll explain it to the chat one more time.
I'm actually just going to give you one more opportunity to answer the question.
No, I'm going to explain it.
Okay.
All right?
So I'm going to mute you and then explain this real quick. If your explanation is not an answer to the question, why can you and me not fundamentally agree that violent sexual predators should not be in public office? We're just going to kick you.
You're running.
Okay. Well, if you say that I'm running, instead of answering the question that was asked of you, funny enough, you're running. Let's go to get the next guest up here. Funny enough, he's running. Only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Somebody in the comment section said your patience is astounding. Darcy, thank you for the galaxy. Well, I've just had that same engagement with a billion fucking people. You know, I've been doing these debates for 4 hours a day for years now. It's I've had that same back and forth of oh, I am asking you a question. Are you going to answer the question? And then they're like, no, I'm not going to answer the question. And then I'm going to try to frame my inability to answer your question in a way that makes you look bad. So I'm going to accuse you of what I'm doing, aka Dean, you're running. I've just I've been in that position maybe 1,000 times. So it's, you know, it doesn't really piss me off. It's hard to piss me off anymore. Patrick, do you support Trump?
We are Charlie Kirk.
Absolutely unoriginal. Absolutely unoriginal. Unbelievable. Let's go to get the next guest up here. We got Server Builder connecting. Thank you so much, Bree, for the $10 on Venmo. I actually thanked you earlier. I guess I'm thanking you again. Over on Super Chat, thank you so much for the $20. Evil, hate-filled female. Yo! How you doing?
Dean Withers, a.k.a. Mr. Withers, a.k.a. the ultimate debater.
Okay. Yeah, hi. Evil
Hi, Dean.
with it. Yeah, just give me 3 seconds. All right. Evil with the $20 over on Super Chat
Love you,
says,
Dean.
Thank you. Just 3 seconds, really. Yeah, okay.
You
Evil
got
with the
nice
$20.
eyes, Dean.
Yeah, thank you.
The
Thank you.
blue is definitely suits
Just
your
give
hair
me
color well.
Just give me I'm gonna mute you. In fact, Evil with the $20 says you should change the title to be quote unquote debate a liberal. I bet you'd get way more crazy Republicans coming in. Maybe that's what we
Love
need to
you,
do.
Dean.
Appreciate you. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Sounds like you have a lot of energy today.
But could I ask you a question?
How about this? Can you give
When
me
are
an
you going
argument?
on tour, Dean? And are you going to ever go to the extensive Charlie Kirk?
Maybe one day, just with some bulletproof glass. And that's not a joke. I'm actually being serious. I've considered it. With the right safety precautions. Why don't you tell us why you support Trump?
Well, Dean, you're just so lovely that you changed my mind.
Okay. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Bro, y'all laughing in the chat as if I was trying to be funny. I was actually just being truthful. I've considered possibly dropping by a college or two with a whole, debate me thing. But, with a really hefty security team and some bulletproof glass. Welcome in, John. Do you support Trump?
Shit.
Child, bro. I think I'm a little bit safer debating from my bedroom. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit safer debating. Dude, I have people try to kill me every so often, and that's not too fun. I would hate for them to try to kill me in person, like at an event.
Hi,
Welcome
Dean.
in. Linda, do you support Trump?
Oh, my name is not Linda. It's just a name, but
Okay.
no, I was actually wondering if I could get
I'm sorry, we're just looking for Trump supporters. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. We got Aiden loading up in. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate, everybody. I'd really, really appreciate that. Aiden just said something in the comment section, and now he's not loading in. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious, everybody. Aiden's not loading in, so we're going to move on to the next guest. Please do leave that queue to American adults that support Trump. Thank you for the $10, Shauna, who says, Dean, I'm a very progressive independent in West Virginia in a deep red state, and I've got even more progressives watching your live. Thanks also, I'm Jen A, and got hope for young gens. AOC for 2028. Shauna, I love you. Good work, Shauna. Thank you for the $10. Same thing to you, Kai. Thank you for the Galaxy on TikTok. Welcome in, Funny Man Nefero. Do you support Trump?
We meet again, Dean.
Have we met before, Funny Man Nefero?
We have multiple times, Dean.
Okay,
Get that straight.
What's your fucking deal? Why aren't you acting like this?
I want to give you my impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger finding an onion ring in his fries. Do you understand me?
Okay, 5 seconds.
Oh, what is this? I wanted fries.
Moving on to the next guest. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. That was terrible, bro. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of that queue if you happen. Only up inside, dude. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Terrible impression, bro. But these people are so crazy, man. Like, get a life, bro. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Yeah, how old are you?
I just turned 18 a month ago.
Okay, what's your birth date, month, day, and year, please?
June 18th, 2008.
Okay, wow. Alrighty. What are your pronouns?
He, him.
Do you have a driver's